to Lost and Profound, musings on the power of connection through discovery. A podcast for leaders and learners, performers, and all people seeking a deeper sense of connection and discovery in your life. I'm your host, Doug Shansell-Harry, owner of DCH Coaching. Please visit me at dchcoaching.com. If you're searching to find your purpose or you're just looking for the next trailhead for your next adventure in life, please reach out. I can absolutely help. So, today we are talking about building confidence in new leaders, how to cultivate trust and self-belief. So leadership's not just about skills and experience, right? It's about confidence. A new leader may have all the right tools, but without confidence, they can struggle to make decisions, inspire their teams, and lead with conviction. Too often, emerging leaders can start their journey filled with self-doubt and insecurity, questioning their abilities instead of stepping into their roles with assurance. The key to their success lies in fostering a mindset of trust. Trust in themselves, trust in their team, and trust in the process of leadership development. So, how do we help new leaders believe in themselves and lead from a place of confidence rather than fear? Here are 10 steps that we can use to guide them on that journey. Number 1, create a safe environment for growth. Okay, confidence grows in environments where people feel safe to learn, experiment, and even make mistakes. One of the first ways to build confidence in new leaders is to create a culture where learning is celebrated, not feared. Leaders who feel they must perform from day one will be paralyzed by self-doubt. Instead, they should be encouraged to see leadership as a journey, not a destination. So how do we implement this? Begin by normalizing learning curves by openly discussing mistakes and growth opportunities. Then encourage open dialogue and feedback, reinforcing that no leader has all the answers immediately. And finally, provide mentorship and support systems to guide new leaders through challenges. Number 2, encourage a strength-based mindset. So new leaders often focus on what they lack rather than recognizing what they bring to the table. Shifting their focus from weaknesses to strengths is essential in developing confidence. By recognizing and building on their natural talents, they can lead from a place of authenticity and assurance. So how do we implement this? First, use strength-based assessments, something like Clifton Strengths, to identify key leadership attributes. Then, reinforce their unique qualities through coaching and positive reinforcement. And finally, assign tasks and responsibilities that align with their strengths to provide some early wins. Number 3, teach decision-making with confidence. So a common fear among new leaders is making the wrong decisions. And indecision can erode confidence quickly, making leaders second-guess themselves at every turn. So teaching them a framework for decision-making helps eliminate doubt and it builds self-trust. So how can we implement this? First, introduce structured decision-making models. You can use models such as the OODA loop or SWOT analysis. Then you'll encourage leaders to trust their instincts while also gathering data and input. And then finally, provide case studies and real-world examples to show how seasoned leaders make confident decisions. All right, number 4, model confident leadership. Leaders learn by example. Okay, when they see confident leadership in action, they absorb those behaviors and then they integrate them into their own style. New leaders should be surrounded by mentors and role models who demonstrate confidence, even in uncertainty. And so how will we implement this? First, pair your new leaders with experienced mentors who exhibit strong leadership presence. Then encourage senior leaders to share stories of times that they felt unsure, but they pushed forward anyway. And finally, you'll want to reinforce the idea that confidence is not about having all the answers, but about moving forward with conviction. Okay, number 5, shift from perfectionism to progress. This one was tough for me. Perfectionism is a major obstacle to confidence. New leaders who fear making mistakes often avoid taking necessary risks, which can stall their growth. Teaching them that leadership is about progress, not perfection, helps them build resilience and self trust. So, how are we going to implement this? First, you'll want to encourage a mindset of continuous improvement rather than rigid perfection. Then, you'll want to celebrate small wins and progress. All those milestones along the way, you want to reinforce these as growth. And finally, you'll want to share examples of successful leaders who have failed, but they use those experiences to become stronger. Okay. Number 6, strengthen communication skills. So a leader's confidence is often tied to their ability to communicate clearly and effectively, right? If they struggle to articulate their vision, their ideas, or expectations, they're going to doubt their own leadership abilities. Develop strong communication skills. This will boost both confidence and credibility. So how do we implement this? First, provide training on public speaking, active listening, and effective communication techniques. Okay, then you're going to encourage leaders to practice difficult conversations in a safe setting. And finally, let's teach them the power of storytelling to engage and inspire their teams. Okay, number 7, foster a supportive network. So confidence is not built in isolationism, right? Surrounding our new leaders with a strong support system helps them navigate challenges without feeling alone. Peer networks, mentors, and leadership coaches all play a critical role in reinforcing self-belief. Okay, so how are you going to implement this? First, create some peer groups or leadership cohorts where new leaders can share their experiences together. Next, offer executive coaching to provide personalized guidance to your new leaders. And finally, you're going to want to build a culture of mentorship within the organization to ensure ongoing support throughout their career. Okay, we're coming down the home stretch. Number 8, encourage a growth mindset. This seems pretty standard, but a fixed mindset tells leaders that their abilities are set in stone, while a growth mindset encourages learning and adaptability. Leaders who embrace a growth mindset are more likely to take risks, learn from mistakes, and build long-term confidence. All right, so how are you going to implement this? First, introduce books and resources on growth mindset. Start with something like Carol Dweck's Mindset. Then reinforce the idea that setbacks are opportunities for learning, not reflections of failure. And finally, encourage leaders to seek feedback regularly and use it as a tool for development. Great. Okay. Number 9, provide opportunities for early wins. Nothing builds confidence like success, right? Giving new leaders opportunities for early wins reinforces their ability to lead effectively, and it makes them more willing to take on bigger challenges. All right, so how do you implement this? Number 1, first, assign manageable leadership tasks before transitioning to any larger responsibilities. Early wins matter. Then, recognize and celebrate achievements publicly to reinforce their capabilities. When we feel better as leaders because others recognize us, we become more confident. And finally, encourage leaders to reflect on their own progress and how far they've come. Okay, here we are. Number 10, reinforce self-trust and inner confidence. Ultimately, confidence comes from within. Leaders who trust themselves make decisions with conviction, and they inspire trust in others. Helping new leaders build trust is one of the most valuable investments we can make in their development. So how are you going to implement this? First, encourage self-reflection through journaling, coaching, or self-assessment exercises. Then, teach mindfulness techniques to reduce self-doubt and increase focus. And finally, remind leaders to acknowledge their own progress and give themselves credit for growth. So, the ripple effect of confident leadership. When new leaders believe in themselves, their confidence doesn't just impact them, it transforms their teams, organizations, and entire workplace cultures. A confident leader fosters trust, inspires action, and creates a positive ripple effect that extends beyond their own leadership journey by creating environments that support growth, reinforcing strengths, modeling confidence, and equipping new leaders with the tools they need. We help them move beyond self-doubt and step fully into their potential. Confidence isn't something leaders are simply born with. It's something we nurture, develop, and cultivate every day. When we teach our leaders to lead from a place of trust in themselves rather than fear, we don't just create better leaders, we create stronger, more empowered teams and organizations. If you'd like help in building stronger, more empowered teams and organizations through increased confidence in your leaders, please reach out. You can reach me at doug@dchcoaching.com, or you can reach me on my website, www.dchcoaching.com. We're here to help. I can't wait to hear from you. Happy leadership.